right, we are going live. So that should... Here we go. All right. Hey, everybody. We are live here. We're back in my kitchen, but Darrell brought us a much better camera, and so hopefully the audio and video is better than before. We'll see if anybody in the chat. Usually takes, half a minute to a minute to start seeing responses. Hello! Sam Riddicky says hello. Hello, Sam. Greetings. Welcome to another live stream. What was the series of letters I said? FAQ.
AMA. BBQ.
BBQ is the last one. I think there were 4. I should have looked at this before we did it.
Well, KS, Kickstarter.
Yeah. I think I had another 3. Q&A.
Q&A,
AMA.
Is Q&A and AMA kind of the same?
Oh yeah, for sure. And FAQ, like they're all questions and answers.
Yeah.
But when I was putting that's why when I was writing the update at the very beginning, I was like, all these different letters, and that's why I put BBQ on there. And so there's a story. So I put BBQ on there just as like a joke. And then Darrell's like, oh, BBQ, do you know what I do? And I do know what Darrell does. And I've never had the pleasure. We've talked about this many times.
Yeah. Well, it was a chore. I volunteered it, and Les was like, well, what are you going to do? I was like, well, I was going to make the ribs and stuff. She's like, that's nice you want to make the ribs because I've won awards for my ribs. But she's like, that's not exactly what you want to be eating while showing off a board game and components. And I was like, touche.
So we'll just do ribs another time.
So I went off of what you were talking about with Sugar Fire and doing the off-menu stuff.
Yeah.
So today I prepared for you and the viewers at home to watch.
Look at all these people in the chat. Oh my goodness.
I prepared pork belly popsicles with
I don't even know what that means.
Cabernet Sauvignon marinade and a Polynesian sauce.
Okay.
Is
it made from real Polynesians or do you use imported?
Oh yeah, that's the pork belly.
Okay.
And then I made one of my favorite things that I've made, and I got 5th place doing this in the competition, are bacon cheeseburger onion rings, which look like a meat French cruller.
Okay.
That's the best way to describe them. So, and then I have a sauce that I make to go on the side of that. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
All right.
Meat donuts.
I'm not going to argue with any of you on any of those things.
And then for dessert,
yes.
My lovely wife made a Delaware classic called pretzel salad, which I'll describe that when it comes out.
All right. I will. I have an open mind, and I don't feel like I even have to have much of an open mind. That all sounds just fantastic.
You're good.
Right? Yeah. I'll eat anything, but that all sounds like pretty gimmies. But yeah. All right. Flying smash that like button. Excellent. So how will we viewers be getting our portion of the barbecue? Well, good news, HAL 2009. You too can get barbecue by going to your local barbecue store and purchasing it.
Go to DoorDash, and if you do it quickly enough, you can eat your barbecue with us, and then it's like you're with us.
Well, yeah, we put on the when this would be starting. So like people by now, you should have your barbecue at home all set up to eat along with. This is it's like a sing along.
Yeah,
it's an eat along.
Yeah, eat along.
Yeah, right.
It's COVID. We're socially distancing saucing. Social sauce.
You hope the cards are sleeved. The cards are not sleeved. The cards are not sleeved. Although we do have to talk about the shop things. We do have the latest version of the print with the correct stuff in it that we have talked about. Shinsurugi says, when is barbecue happening? Barbecue is happening soon. Very soon, I assume. Like
when you say barbecue's happening,
whenever I say barbecue must happen,
I have it in a hot box sitting right here on the floor.
Amazing. It's an impressive setup. Quasi quirky. I'm sorry you didn't get in time. I will say this feels mean. I will say if you have questions for me, I'm trying to keep an eye on all the chat, but also I've got stuff to look at here, and soon I'll have hands full of delicious meat. At any point in time, if you want to get my attention, make sure you ping @GreaterThanGames because that'll pop up on my screen. Some time I should get like an overlay thing for the video that says to at me, put @GreaterThanGames in the chat, and then
mount a monitor.
I'll just put a piece of I'll post it up, hang it right here. I'll hang the post-it up from the camera.
And now we know why they use the text overlay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I usually have it because in the live feed here. Let me show you. In the live feed. Boop, there is a Greater Than Games logo right there. Yeah. So, I bet you with this camera I could have switched things out and made it actually fully widescreen instead of letterbox, side by side letterbox. but it didn't. Oh no, please don't accidentally close this window. It will ruin everything. Here, put that away. Now you get to watch me mess around with computer things. Put that there, bring that up, and that'll work. But then whenever I chat here, it'll cover it. Okay. The barbecue art legend is card anymore. Now I'm confused. Is it a card game or a meat game? Could be both.
Well, Legacy is grilling on the cover of
Right.
a few
Yeah,
stuff. So
yeah. There is
it's on theme.
There is a canonical art of Legacy doing some barbecuing or some grilling, more accurate. Yeah. All right. Oh, right. I was talking about. I wanted to look and see if I can actually fix this
Aren't you glad
live.
you came? Good morning.
I don't think I can. Properties. No, not while I was going live. All right, it's fine. This is great. Everything is great. Don't do camera on and camera off in the corner like that. That's confusing. All right. So, right. The box. I wanted to also. I did want to stall so that we were past the noon mark before I started showing anything in the box. So this is the print production copy. At this point, the printers are up and running with everything. So the game is happening and is on its way through. The pieces of paper that will become this game are on its way through the printing presses, and that's all very exciting. In this box, we have two major changes, which is the insert. Oh, look at that insert. Much nicer. It looks crisper. It's got a better feel to it. And also, if I grab a set of these environment cards, say, and put them down here in this corner, they just fit. And with enough height here, unless you're using too tall for the card's sleeves, this is the right height of cards. There are, we looked at a few different heights of sleeves, and most of the time when you have sleeves that are for these size of cards, the height of them is shorter than the width of this channel and the width of this channel. So if you're sleeving your cards, you could definitely take, say, your heroes, your environments and your villains, shoop, and just put them all over there, and lots of extra space for
This is
sleeves.
the exact set, because I'll be sleeving. I'm a sleever.
Oh yeah?
But this is the exact setup I'm going to be doing.
Right, where you have your environments and your villains over here, sleeved, and your heroes here sleeved. And here, you can see you've got about a third plus of the space open with heroes, and about a third plus of space open for the villains and environments. And these card sleeves, you were telling me the card sleeve sizes this morning.
Yes, the wells here are, I think, 95.5 millimeters.
Okay.
The card sleeves at the tallest will be 93. So you have 2.5 millimeters of play, which is more than enough to get everything in and out.
And I like that if I am not sleeving the cards, that they fit nicely here to even the point when I remove several decks, they're not falling all over the place. Yep. But if I am sleeving the cards and you put them here, you have the same situation where still, if you remove a couple decks, you have plenty of spotted space. And then that leaves a bigger well in this zone, because it doesn't have those bump outs anymore. It's all got good space there. And then this box is bigger and better in a variety of ways. First off, we did this, you did this with the lid, so that you don't have the lid going all the way to the bottom and you're like, oh no, how do I get this off? Now, you can just pull it off, no problem. But if you're having any sort of trouble, you've got that bottom edge lip. That's not a very good example. Let's make it taller. Haha. You have that bottom edge lip where you can grab this and bring it up, and there's plenty of space.
And this one is also deeper. So initially, in the first prototype, they forgot to make the bottom one taller or deeper, I guess. So it was the same height as just the lid. So we lost about 15 millimeters of space here in the box. So when Christopher was putting everything in, it fit tight. We couldn't get the dials in. And I was like, well, they sent us the wrong box size. Now with the correct box size, though,
it's bigger.
have plenty of room for everything in there.
And it's bigger this way, and this way, and this way?
No, it's bigger, wider, and deeper.
Okay, but not this way.
No.
Great. But you'll note in this box that it fits like this, with plenty of space side to side, but it also fits like this, with plenty of space side to side, because this part of the box is a square that is wider than the longest dimension. It's amazing.
We're putting a rectangular peg in a square hole.
Because of the square hole. And so yes, in this box, so without anything going over the height of the top of the lid, we have all of the, so the way that I'm going to be organizing my box is I'm going to put all of the spinners in this well here. And I thought that I was going to be putting the character cards in this well here too, but I played this game a bunch last weekend, and I actually really like having them in the top of the box, because then when I'm playing at the table, I put this box out with all the tokens in it, and this box with the tokens in it just lives on the table. And I played it a couple different ways, where like I had the tokens in bags and reached in bags, or I dump things out into the, but I do that, and then I grab my hero character cards, pass out the hero character cards to the players that need those, put them in the lid, take my villain character cards, get the one villain character I want, put it in the lid, and if I put there's plenty of space in this lid to still reach my fingers in and grab these cards out. Like I can get my hands around all dimensions of the cards.
And that was one reason why we made it a little bit wider, because the first one was a little too tight. And I was like, once I sleeved these, that's right, I'm thinking of myself. Once I sleeved them, they're not going to fit, so I had to fix that.
With the difference in the way that you approach physical components of games and what I want from physical components of games, it's actually a really good look at the spectrum of desires, because I don't want sleeves, I want things to be very like bare bones, but because you want those things, you're making the product so that it works both ways.
Yeah.
If it was like, oh, this is better if you're sleeving it, then like, be grumpy. And if you're like, oh, it's better if you don't sleeve it, then it would not work for you. Yeah. So we find a way that works for both. Yeah. And it does, and everything fits in there very comfortably.
And it's also, with the cardboard insert, it's a bit more forgiving too. So it kind of gives you some room to customize if you want to get creative with cut, paste, or write your own insert for the token box, whatever.
Yeah, I'm probably going to build an insert for the token box that has the tokens. Maybe I won't. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, because it's got to still be lower than you put the cards on the top.
Put the cards on the top. I might put, I have a bunch of little plastic containers with screw top lids that I use for tokens and things in other games, so I might just put those in the box. But anyway. Okay, lots of questions in the chat, and I have been ignoring them, so I scroll all the way back now. Oh my gosh. Lots of questions in the chat. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Can we see Omnitron's deck, specifically cards 1, 2, 8, and 11? Sam, killing me.
Oh, geez, I'm looking at heroes.
That's so much. Omnitron is a heroes later.
Well, I don't want to tell them I've been working on those already.
Cards 1, 2, 8, and 11. This is 8, I think. This is 8. This is card 8. How close do I have to get to focus?
Oh, come on. It'll autofocus.
There we go. Boom. Card 8. Card 8. That's card 8. And
it's not fast enough.
Oh, they take screenshots. I've seen them tear through rolls to things. Yeah, that's one of them. So let's see. Updated art for the barbecue picture, maybe? Well, if the barbecue picture comes back up in the game, it will definitely have updated art, because we're doing updated art on everything.
I'll be fighting to make sure updated barbecue art is up.
Yeah, I would like to have it in there. Yeah. Taking into account, okay, so Mr. JJ77 says, taking into account advanced events, critical events, what is the most difficult villain environment combo in the core box? Thanks. It's probably
Akash and Insula?
No. It's an Insula per mouse. You're correct, it's an Insula per mouse. It might be Grand Warlord Voss on advanced mode in Insula per mouse, even more than his critical event. It might be. But it's going to depend on your team of heroes. But yeah, there's some definite very challenging things here. Yeah.
I was going to ask a question, but I don't know if that's known yet, so then I did. Well, I guess everything in the box is known at this point, right?
What's the question?
We don't have a Grand Warlord Voss critical. Yeah, we do. No one sensor.
We're not going to talk about the contents of the critical events. Because, so 2 of the critical events, they have no idea what they are. Some people in some dark recesses of the internet have figured out who some things are, and that's great. But 2 of the events we officially haven't announced, and that's the Grand Warlord Boss critical event and the Akash Buddha critical event. Okay. So, yeah. Will we see, Matthew Cantrell asks, will we see any new Disparation events or characters not seen in the previous version? In this core, yes is the answer to the question. Yes is the answer to the question. There's no Disparation events in the core game, so there you go. Teo Mesos asks, is this a new table? No, this is, well, I mean, it's new to me, but it's not. So the table that I played the game on last time is over here. It's right here. So it's over here. But this is my kitchen countertop because that way we can both be standing.
Yeah.
I should probably just switch out my table to a standing table with like stools, with higher stools.
Cranks up.
Yeah. I never want to have to sit. I never want to sit in my life.
Yeah.
If I can get a standing car, the best.
I have nothing for that.
Kurt Penkow asks, when will we finally get an official America's Cleverest Legacy variant? Probably never, since he's not a real thing. But we'll see. Mr. J77. Oh no, I lost it. Where'd it go? It says, are you looking to do any collaborations with Definitive Edition? Specifically, will Richard Linus have any input on Night Mist and Gloomweaver? I have already reached out to our dear friend Richard about both Night Mist and Gloomweaver, and we are already talking about those things. So yes is the answer to that question. In terms of other collaborations, unlikely, but that one for sure. So
I'm actually going out to see him in 2 months.
Oh yeah. Well, give him my best.
I will.
He's a great guy. Referencing a thing that I said 7 minutes ago, Take Walker says, that's right, it goes in the square hole. Oh, it's the most infuriating. Have you seen this video? Do you know what I'm talking about? There's a video of a guy with one of those like square block goes in the square holes, round block goes in the round hole, bridge looking block goes in the bridge hole. And he's saying with each thing, he's like, okay, and this is a square block, and so it goes in the square hole. And this is a round block, so it goes in the square hole. And like every block you put in the square hole. But it's a side-by-side video with a girl watching. She's like, yeah, put it in the square hole. He's like, here's a triangle block. He's like, yeah, it's a triangle. And he puts it in the square hole. He's like, no. And the thing that I love about this video is it's exactly the feeling of blind play testing. When you're watching people play test your game, and you're not allowed to give input, and you're like, it goes in the square hole. And she's like, no, don't do it. It's like, yep, that's what playtesting feels like.
Yeah. That's incredibly accurate.
Yeah.
Actually,
Boy.
you end up finding out so you have some more clever game design than you thought, or
Right.
people don't play the way you do, and you need to design better.
All right. People ask about the HP spinners colors. There are teal with lines. Orange with more different lines. Gray with scraggly lines. Cracks.
Correct.
Green with dots. And fun lines. Lines made of dots.
Yep.
And purple with dots and circle lines.
I just want to point out that Apple copied off us we did the purple spinner, now they're doing the purple iPhone now.
What are they
They saw what we did.
Yeah, we're just here at Greater Than Games. We're used to people copying off us. Oh, and then the villain one. I would refer to this color as explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Explosion.
It's very busy.
It's explosion.
But it's pretty.
It is, but like
It had to be arty because it's huge.
Right, but even though it's busy, this part is really easy to read. So like, yeah. What, if any, are Tempest weather cards other than a list of weather cards? Boy. All right. So Thunderclap on the list. Shielding Winds on the list. Rolling Fog on the list. Localized Hurricane not on the list. Localized Hurricane. Oh, this is great art too. Localized Hurricane. Let's see if we can get it to focus faster this time. Yeah, there we go. Localized Hurricane. Shoop. Shoop. Localized. Okay, what else? Grievous Hailstorm on the list. Gift of Valmera on the list. Flash Flood Warning. Yep, got it. You don't have Electrical Storm? No, you do have Electrical Storm. It's at the end of the list.
Next time, if these lists can be alphabetical, it may be.
Don't encourage them to do next time. All right. Ruby Walter says, you said there'll be 4 more boxes of this game. Is this true? Because I'm sorry I couldn't do the Kickstarter, but I buy the game when it comes out. Yeah, no worries if you can't do the Kickstarter, Ruby. I did say there'll be 5 more games. There's a total of 6 products. And there's 5 more after this one. And that is the plan, yes. So we will see how that goes. All right, Scorpio 4500 says, in the past, the Great Enough Games team has made thoughtful decisions towards representation that divert from comic norms. Why does the Definitive Edition seem to double down on every woman having huge cleavage? Okay, I don't, so thank you, I agree that in the past we've tried it, and I think we still are trying. I wouldn't necessarily say that every character in this game has huge cleavage. Like many characters, like a great example I think is Tachyon, who like doesn't, you know, there's not an amount of cleavage on, this is the art from her character card. But different eras of different comics represent people in different ways. And so like within Fanatic's deck, I'm sure that there's some, I haven't seen all the discourse online, although I know there has been some about what people like and what people don't. And that's all fair. But with Fanatic, you get a good amount of Fanatic art in which she is all armored up. Like, just, come on, focus.
Yep.
And then you have other Fanatic art from the 90s that is ridiculous. And then you've got Fanatic art where, like, there's where the costume... Man. There we go. Pretty good. It would help if I could hold perfectly still. Anyway, point being... Oh, actually, that's a really good example of the one I just looked at. That, like, depending on the character art and the character era and the style and the type, some things are more appropriate to the era than others. And I think that it's, like... I don't believe there's any art in here that is, like, full-on exploitative, and if there is, I'd love to hear from people on their feelings on that and talk about it. But ultimately, the decisions about, like, what art is doing is in Adam's hands as far as, like, representing the different eras and genres and artists that make up the history of Sentinel Comics. So there's a range. All right. No. Was Unity still on top? That was another Unity's character art. That's another good example. Yeah. I'm on Karath asks, does the token box fit in the big box from the Oblivion Kickstarter? I doubt it. I don't think it might fit in the.
Look through cards here. Ignore me. Wow. I don't even have this. I don't want it, but I don't have it.
If you want one, I have a spare.
Oh my gosh.
Does it? Oh no, it's. But if there's tokens in there, it's on top of a pile of tokens.
I would probably need to cut a hole in the bottom of this to push the box up.
Maybe.
That's weird to put a box in a box that's in a box.
Yeah, it's on a stack of tokens. It's this tall, so that's too much.
But
it would definitely fit. And to get it out, like if you can push it from a corner and grab that corner, it's not bad.
But if the tokens aren't in there, you're gonna.
What you do is you leave one token in the bottom, just one, so that you can push the box to get an angle on it. But yeah, so the answer is yes. Against all odds, it does fit in the giant box. Which idea was this? All right. Back to questions. Here we go. Can we see a couple of unseen cards from Captain Cosmic? Any new constructs? I don't think there's any new constructs.
Here. I'll do this super easy.
Okay, you want to give him the whole thing? Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
That's all the cards right there, the Captain Cosmic and the card number.
You're so kind.
Okay, that was it. You saw them all.
All right. Yeah. If they have a specific request, it'll come back up later. Okay. Can you explain the graphic design of the Nemesis tokens? Darrell, can you explain the graphic design of the Nemesis tokens?
Most likely, I'm curious, do they mean the icon or do they mean...
They mean the token, almost certainly. But we'll see. So these are the Nemesis tokens.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. Nemesis tokens. V4 versus.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Initially, they were going to be two different designs, but then I was like, no, they have to be
the same. Right.
And
I like them, and like I said, it's like I used them in the last weekend's game, and I was like, okay, and this is that these two characters are like specifically versus each other.
Yep. So I wanted them to be very simple, so that when you put them on a card, they stand out versus blending into all the art.
Right.
So that's why it's really only two colors. It's blue with a big bold, red V. So that's it.
It's red with a big bold blue V.
Strike that. Reverse the colors.
That was perfect. Okay. Oh no, I lost it again. Oh my gosh, there's so many questions. You're gonna have to bear with us. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna eat any barbecue at this rate. What is Voss's critical event? Time will tell. This is my first entrance to Sentinels, so looking forward to being a newbie. Awesome. This is a perfect first entrance to Sentinels. Like, you don't need to have any prior Sentinels of the Multiverse, Sentinel comics, anything knowledge to get into this game. It tells you everything, and it's a much better presentation than any Sentinels of the Multiverse or any Sentinel comics things before it had been. So
I can stand by that because this was basically
This is
my
your interest of
first
it, yeah.
entrance.
Mr. JJ77 says, why is the Matriarch's nemesis still Tachyon? Because the Matriarch is created by a Biomancer who is a Tachyon foe. So for different reasons than the Matriarch, but for still reasons eternally. Some of the critical event nemesis icons do change, but that one doesn't change, not because it's unchanged, but because the base character has changed to someone who still doesn't like Tachyon. Or still at least has a notable Tachyon story. Kurzoro says, how does this play with the previous edition stuff? Can we mix and match stuff? Can we run Oblivion with the new characters? So you would need to go use the conversion guide that we have on the main page of the Kickstarter. There's a conversion guide on the Kickstarter. It's on our website, and it will be there for all time or until the website fundamentally changes. So you need to use the conversion guide. But yeah, they hypothetically can play together, but they're not designed to do that. So it is not the intention, but it's doable.
Little inside baseball, we're working on a brand new web store on the website. But when that goes up, if you go to the product page, you'll see the FAQ for the game, and you will see the conversion guide, which will be updated constantly when new versions of when the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th come out. So that way it's just one PDF, it'll just be updated.
Dominic Badawi says, does Omnitron's deck follow the same count conversion of everything in Enhanced Edition? 3 of every drone, 2 of everything else? You want to show them that?
Oh, yeah.
You like showing them those things?
Here's the entire Omnitron deck. Right? Come on. Come on, camera. You're really letting me down today.
Oh, I did. Yeah. So close. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Good, fast enough.
Yeah. That's pretty good. It's a better camera than we had last time by far.
Yeah.
Will there be, Brian Dean asked, will there be a single deck in the Definitive Edition line like Unity or Silver Gulch? So no, we refer to those internally as mini expansions. There's expansion of a single standalone deck like Unity or Silver Gulch. And no, there's going to be these 6 major bit boxes, and they have everything in them, and there's no promos or variants or events or character cards or anything that is outside those boxes.
Thank you for making that easier on a work side too.
Yeah. Hal 2009 says, when is the Guys box being released? In the future. Joe SC says, could we possibly see any of Argent Adept's cards, particularly Arcane Cadence? If it's still in the game, it's my favorite card. It is still in the game, and I had fun with the way I phrased that. Nope. With the way...
It's right there.
I think that's it.
No. Those are different.
You failed!
No.
Yep. So, Arcane Cadence plays on knowing the terms in the game, because Argent Adept is is listed as the most complicated of the heroes in the game, and Arcane Cadence plays with your knowledge of the different terms. So if this seems initially intimidating, don't worry about it. Okay, let's see if we can first get a focus. Focus up. You were doing so good before we started. Okay, there's the art. And focus on the game text. There we go. There's the game text. That's crisp. All right.
Did you see someone on Reddit?
I didn't. I don't read about it. Go ahead. Hit me.
Well, when we put cards up for Tabletop Simulator,
yeah,
they went through and did a card by card comparison from the old version to
very
the
cool
Definitive Edition. So and it's like, here's all of Tachyon's updated stuff, and then it's everything Tachyon. Here's all of Wraith's updated stuff. So it's been really cool to read through what people are saying, and
that's awesome.
Yeah,
good. I was going to say send me that link, but I don't know if I want to. Just tell me the cool stuff from it.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Yeah. Okay. Sam says, how about some more of Unity's deck? She's one of my favorites and has painfully few cards revealed. Sam, one of the reasons that Unity has painfully few cards revealed is that she has not changed that much.
She does have one of my favorite art pieces in the entire game.
Is it?
Because
this one.
Yes, I love
that
piece so much.
See if you can get a focus on it.
This is a Robot Reclamation, and
that is a very specific art style for that. Yeah, there we go, focused.
I just adore it. I think it's very X-Men 90s cartoon kind of thing going.
It's a little bit more like mid 2000s, like a Scotty Young sort of thing. But yeah.
Well, I don't do comic books anymore. That was my heyday.
No worries. Here. We'll do this, and then people can make their requests.
Like how they started as a joke, and now it's like,
Yeah,
no,
like,
really.
let's just get
Here's
it
the
up
deck
on.
list.
I'm not going to do it all there.
Camden Jenkins says, any plans on including a transgender character in Sentinels, either in the game or in future games? Plans is like, we don't necessarily have specific plans to include. We don't say, oh, you know what, we should really make a transgender character, and we should really make a character with 4 arms. Not to equate those things, but like we don't necessarily plan out, these are the sorts of characters we should make. We let the stories take us where they will, and so it is entirely possible and likely that we will make any kind of character, including but not limited to transgender characters. So we have nothing against them, nor do we have any plans to make one specifically. So time will tell in the future there. Clockwork Cthulhu says, what is the newest art in the metaverse and in the metaverse? Newest art in the metaverse is stuff you haven't seen yet, because it'll be there's some things for the guy's book, there's some things for the next expansion of Definitive Edition that's already been done. I'm trying to think of what was the... so if in the metaverse, the newest art... No! My secret notes! My secret notes!
Well, I was thinking the back of the rule book, we could show the art from that.
Oh, no,
hey,
it's not on there. Right. This is content for the next expansion. So I'm already playtesting that. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh, the oldest, the most recent art in anybody's deck, I think, is a Fanatic card, Smite the Transgressor, in which she does some smiting of some transgressors. I believe that is the most recent art. And not to be stingy, I will also show you the mechanics.
Not quite sure what that meant by the meta.
So there's the metaverse. The metaverse is the publishing world that creates Sentinel Comics. Because Adam and I haven't just created all of these stories, all these heroes. We've also created this company called Sentinel Comics that publishes these comics and things they've done too. So sometimes we'll talk about stuff that happens in the metaverse, like, oh, a thing that happens in the real world is these artists do this or this editor does that, and that's in the metaverse. So the metaverse is the world that we are in now.
Okay.
So. Moritz Linden says, does Haka's new deck represent who he is better than the original? On many of the original cards he appeared, unfortunately, like some primitive brute. Yeah, so yes, and also Haka has...
Haka now looks like someone you want to like have a beer with and hang out with.
There's a good amount of that, and there's also like the stuff that we see that are like cultural things for him. With the Hakas, we see the representation of him doing the Hakas. Oh, come on, focus up. There we go. Him doing the Hakas, even in the older art from like the Silver Age, the stuff that he's doing here is like the traditional Maori type actions. And even when he's in more modern arts fighting in battle, he is like, it's not about him being a primitive brute, it's about him like straight up enjoying himself. Come on, focus. Man, there we go. Yeah. So, hope that helps. Choo-choo.
What else? Adrian Wood says, could we see... Oh no, it jumped the chat. Oh boy. Adrian Wood says, nope, that's... Here we go. Could we see one of the Definitive Edition dividers they put in the Ultimate Collector's case to check if they fit as stated in the last... Definitive dividers put in the Ultimate Collector...
Well,
I mean, they'll fit because
they don't have to. They're 70 by 70 millimeter cards.
Right.
So they're going to fit.
Right. So whereas this is the dimensions of a card in the game, and this is the dimension of the divider. So divider is smaller in the long way, so it'll definitely fit that way, and it's taller than the card, but not. It's I think the same height taller than the card than they are
It
in.
is. Yeah, it's 70 or 7 millimeters taller.
Right, which is I think the same as the regular the dividers that come in the.
Okay, so
Collector's case.
the token box fit. The token box is taller than the
Right.
divider cards.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
Okay. Will Kelly says, I know the events can be played with any heroes in any environments, but for the lore completionist Gremlins Among Us, can we eventually get a list of canon heroes environments? Yes, over time that will happen, I am sure. Mark Wilson says, any Argent Adept artwork or new cards that can be shown? I think we did that. This question came in 12 minutes ago. I think we did that when we showed the Arcane Cadence. That's good. All right. So, Cody says, do we need to call someone to help with that bear with you? No, I'm good. Matthew Papau says, how has Bunker been changed, updated? My friends and I felt he didn't flow as well as other characters. Matthew, there's an update. I think it's like the third or fourth update to Kickstarter, but don't quote me on that. One of the updates in the Kickstarter specifically goes through and shows a lot of Bunker's updates. So rather than talking to that now, good news, one of the Kickstarter updates does exactly what you're asking for.
With photo examples.
Scorpio says, thanks for answering my question. I was referring to varying body types and shapes for women rather than exploitative shots. Don't worry, there's also that in there, and I think that you've seen comparatively little of the breadth and width of art in this game. There's lots to see, and I hope that you find what you're looking for in there, because I think that there's a good example, and also there's still more content to come out and more characters over time. Moritz Linden says, who will be in the Dark Watch box? Time will tell.
Some Dark Watchers.
Yeah. Benjamin says, if the Matriarch Critical Event is supposed to be based on Biomancer's Nemesis, why isn't it the Scholar? Because it's not. Because it's Tachyon in that story. All right. I am trying to catch up. Yeah. Okay, did I miss anything back here? Yeah, there's that.
No, that one was where you were.
Yes, correct. Good. James Sanders says, will later heroes have roughly the same number of variants as the heroes in the core set, or will some heroes have way more than others by the time Ability comes around again? All heroes will have roughly similar levels of variants, but some heroes will have slightly more than others. That's an overtime thing. We have lots of plans for lots of variants for lots of heroes, and we'll just have to see how that all folds out. All right. Dominique says, can we see your favorite flavor text in Captain Cosmic's deck? I don't know if I have
Captain Cosmic's deck.
favorite flavor text in Captain Cosmic's deck. That's pretty good. If you want to show them that one while I'm trying to find another one,
of course.
since it takes a minute to focus anyway.
This is unflagging animation.
And they can see the whole card.
Yeah, so I still got
Maybe. That's also a pretty good one.
Yeah. There's the text.
Oh yeah, that's a better one.
Ooh.
Yeah, there we go. Those are my three favorites.
Look at that. I got the whole card in there.
Wow.
Impressive.
Wow. As soon as I looked over it, was focused on my face.
Yeah.
That one last.
This one last.
Yeah.
Got it.
I think that the one that I marked for last is one that I've shown off before, but it's probably my favorite flavor text in the deck, although it's not a Captain Cosmic flavor text, even though it's in his deck. It's not a Captain Cosmic quote.
There you go.
Nicely done. Oh, wait, don't look.
Don't look.
Meanwhile, I will look at the chat. You need to get a document camera for the next Kickstarter. Gosh, I hope I don't. Dominic Batawi says, Adaptive Playing Sim Routine was a card that was very annoying to track in Enhanced Edition. Oh, and it jumps. Cards in Omnitron's deck. Can we see what changes make it tracking faster? Yes, it is definitely easier to keep track of now than it used to be. So, there we go. Let's see if I can learn from your skills at focus. Bam. Look at that. That's great. All right. No, I do it. Oh, wow. Still came right back.
Oh, yeah, that card was fun.
Yeah. But now it cares only about turn to turn instead of full round. Also, I really like the flavor text on this one. Mm-hmm. The fires of rock and melt steel beams. All right. Which decks require the most and the least rewriting of flavor text? So the least, I think... Argent Adept, I think, was pretty low. Unity was pretty low. Citizen Dawn was pretty low, actually.
For flavor texture.
For quotes, yeah. But the one that required the most of the core game was certainly the Wraith. Almost every one of the Wraith's flavors of texts was wrong. So, all right. Godna says, any characters do you think you will be getting changes like Haka to better fit their character, the storylines of personality, turned out opposed to how they were originally? Yes, definitely. Lots. That's a lot of things in this box. It's not tagged to me, but I did see Take Marker say, I hope every hero gets at least 2 variants. Done. Every hero will have at least 2 variants. Mr. JJ70 says, what is Ra's first appearance variant? I think it's the only one we haven't seen. I'm getting hungry, Darrell. Hope we can catch up.
Would you like me to bring out your tray?
Soon. I want to get through some of these cards, but yeah, I was like, man, I'm feeling hungry. I was like, oh, I'm feeling hungry. Oh man, this is great. This is a very golden age.
Yeah,
art.
that was awesome.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can focus on a bigger card. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
All right, first appearance Ra. We'll just slowly move up the card. And even though you didn't specifically ask for it, I also love this cover. Oh my gosh, stop. All right. There you go. Put everything away. Oh, we don't need that again. Speaking of Captain Cosmic and variants, I got the feeling when looking at some of the variants, there are attempts to fix characters that needed tweaking sometimes. Is that true? No, that's not how we looked at it. We looked at it ways to play the character in a different way. BJ Grayson says, will villains get more events in later boxes? Is it possible to see more than one critical event for some of the more quote-unquote important villains? Yes, it is possible. Matthew Papow says, if you were about to set up a game to play right now, which characters would you want to play, which villain, etc.? I would want to play the Matriarch or Grand Warlord Voss, because, as I mentioned, I got to play a bunch of games with these recently, and it was with one of the players at the table had never played any sort of Sentinels before, and so we played the slightly lower difficulty villains, and Voss and Matriarch are not that thing.
Yeah.
So I'd want to play one of those 2 villains. Do you have an environment you'd want to play in, since I picked a villain?
I'd want to try Isilpal Malice.
Isilpal Malice is great.
Yeah.
Isilpal Malice is a lot. It's just classic. Dinosaurs, volcanoes, what is not to like?
Hero.
Yeah, you pick 2 heroes, I'll pick 2 heroes.
Absolute Zero.
Mm-hmm.
And Unity.
Cool. Who have I played? I didn't get to play Argent Adept recently, so I play Argent Adept, and I might play Bunker. Bunker is one that's changed a lot, and so as a result, like every time I play with new players, like, oh, I want to play Bunker. I haven't got to play Bunker, but yeah. Boy. Shitsurgi says, what's your favorite token?
Oh, wait, do I have one?
I definitely have a favorite token. What's yours?
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
This is Flatter Darrell moment. Let me see what your favorite token is.
Can you guess what my favorite token is?
I'm going to go with the... it's either going to be... Oh, it's between 2. I know it's between 2.
Yeah. You're right in a serious answer.
I'm going to go with probably the shield one.
Yeah. You were right that if I were giving a serious answer to this question, it would be between either the cannot deal damage shield or the cannot deal damage or the immune to damage. Those tokens are beautiful, and as you remember when we were talking about the design of this, I was like, I don't know if we need these tokens, and then you designed them and made them look cool. I'm like, you convinced me we need these tokens, and so this is my favorite token.
I try. Yes, that is. That's a secret one, though.
It's a secret one. It's a secret token.
There's only one in every box.
Right. It's a secret token. Do you have a favorite token?
Honestly.
Oh, those tokens? Legit. Good job on that. I'm excited to make a 210 hit point villain in the next box. Just one more? So you're like, come on, man, testing, you could have made it 200. I was like, who knows? But I think you told me that you have a new idea for how to make a new spinner.
I think so.
All right, we'll see. I'm not planning on going over 200 hit points. I don't know even over 200 again. But there is going to need to be in the first expansion for this. We will need another villain spinner because there's at least one villain deck that has 2 villain character cards as part of it.
You heard it here first.
And so, like, you'll use the one from the core game, but we'll need a second one as well. And that way, if you want to do one a slightly different way, so we have some flexibility. But,
well, I mean, we did say that each of these would technically be kind of like a standalone.
yeah, but they're not going to all have. I don't even know that we said that. Did we say that? They'll be like a standalone.
I said like.
Yeah, and that they have enough heroes, villains, and environments to play, but they won't all come with like a full collection of heroes spinners because those.
Well, you don't need those to play.
You don't technically need those to play. Yeah, but there will be. We will need one more villain spinner in that one in the second expansion, and then I don't know if we will in the third expansion, but we also will in the fourth expansion. Or the fourth product, which is the third expansion.
This is great. You're hearing this first as well as I.
Also,
you're going to tell me this all later because I'm not taking notes.
I also need you to design some non-Euclidean tokens. All right, hold on. What did I miss?
I had a design where the middle number, so the 3-digit number, was a third floating ring.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The whole thing laid out.
Oh
This is how it works, and I sent it to the printer, and they went, "Yeah, no, that won't work." I was like, "Darn it!"
Clockwork Cthulhu asks, "What is the most delicious art?"
What does delicious mean? That
Like if you had to eat an art for breakfast, or it's lunchtime right now. All the barbecue, you open the box, it's all ruined. I'm giving myself anxiety just thinking about that. We have to eat art instead. Art is the only food that we can eat to sustain ourselves. What art would you eat? I like that they pose a ridiculous question and I immediately like, yes, I'm all in.
If you're going by, okay. I like, what's the prisoner one? She's in the crossword puzzle.
Oh yeah,
that piece is one that I want.
You would
on
eat
the
that?
wall. I want that on a wall.
Yeah.
Like Ron Swanson with the breakfast. That would be my breakfast picture.
There you go.
Yeah, I love that artwork. I'm a big fan of simplicity and contrast, and that's both. And I just think it's very well done.
Cool.
So I would never tell Adam that.
I would eat some art in Tempest deck because I like seafood.
I'd like to see food too.
Yeah. Well, soon. Adrian says, "Are you getting hungry for a barbecue gift?" Yes. Rhett says, "Is the insert glued to the box so it doesn't come out?" So this one isn't glued to the box because they didn't send us a new box, so the box was fine. They just sent us a new insert. We put it in. Are they gluing the insert to the box?
I don't believe they're gluing the insert to the box.
Right. No. And you don't need it to be because, like, with all the cards in there, it's not.
It's a snug fit.
Right.
It's not. If you want to glue it, here's my thing. If this was, this is
get on your soapbox.
My production kind of thing. It's like if I glued this to the box, then there's going to be people upset that it's glued to the box because they want to take it out and make their own foam core insert or whatnot. If it's in here, keep it. Great. Glue it. Great. Throw it out. Recycle it.
Yeah.
Go nuts. Like I'd rather when I get a game, I want flexibility when I open it up. I mean, granted, if there was. Those games that have 1,001 wooden pieces, I love the plastic inserts where everything's defined.
Sure.
But something like this, I want the flexibility to do what I want with it. Yeah. So I might put it in a quiver time case. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. Or like 6 quiver time cases once all they come.
Yep.
All right. Johnny says, "My favorite card in Captain Cosmic's deck is Construct Cataclysm. In what ways, if any, has that changed?" Man, we've had a lot of Captain Cosmic stuff today.
Yeah.
And not that I mind, it's just surprising. Construct Cataclysm. Close. Construct Cataclysm.
He is shuffling, looking for the card. There it is.
That's the ways it has changed, if any.
All that art's changed. It's a giant ray gun now. It was very tiny.
Kia says, "What's the V token for?" Is the Nemesis token. V stands for versus. Colin Amos says, "How do you decide what difficulty level you want each villain to be?" So, like, for the stories, there was a level of, like, so Voss should be really challenging, Baron should be not so hard. Okay, great. But then a lot of it was like, I had a vague idea of where I wanted them, and they were designed in that way. And then if they went up and down a little bit from there over the course of playtesting, that was fine. So, how are we doing here? Yeah, okay, good. Almost caught up. Have we seen Citizen Dawn and/or Grand Warlord Voss's critical event cards yet? I believe I revealed Citizen Dawn's critical event card in an interview thing I did recently, but Voss's you have not. Jay Blair, I've been trying to contact. Yes. Man, I keep hearing from you, and I know you said you've emailed me. Hold on a second. So many emails getting lost in the mix. This is good radio, I know, I'm sorry. It's alright, everybody. Just bear with us. Man.
So while he's pulling that up, I'll
Yeah,
let you know.
Yeah.
When you get this in the mail, all the cards, all the standard cards and the inserts will all be packaged along this channel here. You will see the villains and the heroes in this box, and all the player token, and I'm sorry, and the dials, the rivets to put these together will all be in here. This box will be empty when you get it, and then everything else obviously will be punch board on top that you have to take apart and build. So when you get it, the lid will be a little bit higher because of the punch board sheets, which is 4, and then it'll all sit flush once everything's assembled and put where you want it to go.
Jay Blair, I feel terrible saying this to you. Send me an email, which I know you said you've sent me emails before. Send me an email, and I don't want to. Send me an email at Christopher@greatendgames.com, and if I don't get it in the next 72 hours, I will
come to your house.
If you don't get a response from me in the next 72 hours, then tweet at me, and if you don't get a response from that, well, then we'll keep on trying. I don't know what's happening, what internet gremlins want us to not talk to each other. This seems ridiculous to me. I'm very sorry about this. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Godna says, so a totally selfish question, how long do I have to wait to have an Omnitron X, and more importantly, what art style is my favorite time traveling bot primarily associated with? I mean, so the art styles will all be based on the era that they come out in, and the, so Omnitron X will have art from the 70s up through modern day, because he's important through all that time, but its first appearance was in the 70s, and late 70s in Singularity Story. Omnitron X will not be part of the next expansion, but it won't be far down the line. So, Cody, hey Cody, says, can we see one of the best bird boys from Matriarch's deck?
Oh, wow, yeah.
No. I'm kidding. Yes is the answer. The answer is yes. Which one do you want to see? Don't answer that question. It's going to take forever for me to get to that answer. Here's one of them.
Which one's on her villain card?
Fake one. Because of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, show off that one.
Okay.
That's a good one. Okay.
Got a necklace on.
This was the most disintegrating card in Omnitron's deck. Finding clever ways to ask SC's specific arts. But I said I would answer every question. Oh, I mean, I can just say it's Disintegration Ray. There you go. The name of the most disintegrating card is Disintegration Ray. It looks like this. 3, 2, 1. No.
No, Frank.
Boom. 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 Done. I have to eat soon. Okay.
He's getting hangry, folks.
Are there any cards in the Environment deck that come originally from Time Cataclysm? No. Do we know what Boss's Critical Event is? Oh, we do know. You do know what Boss's Critical Event is? Then great. Good job. Mr. Visalaman says, will the Tabletop Simulator be updated with more heroes and villains? No. Alex Paul says, did you hire and or... I'm at the end of the questions. I've caught up to modern day. I'm going to answer these questions.
Ooh.
Betray me.
Betray
me. Wait, no. That's different.
Cash.
What kind of plastic will be used to hold the cards together when shipped? Will there be a tag to pull to unravel the plastic? So it'll be like a shrink wrap sort of plastic thing. Do you know if the cards, when you own a box of the cards you got, did they have the tab or no?
It depends. All right.
Darrell will have an answer for you. I'm going to go into this question while it's in. Ruby says, is it still taking 3 weeks for items to leave your warehouse? I don't believe so. I think that our warehouse is caught up. Is there a message on the web store that says that it takes 3 weeks? Is that still? Well, I'll find out this afternoon, so I'll be at the warehouse.
No,
Go.
check.
Plastic tabs, do you know?
Yes. So larger decks will have what's in the industry called cigarette strips. They're the ones that you just grab the tab and rip it around. If it's a smaller one, like the divider cards, it has to be, I think, a quantity of 40 or higher to get the cigarette strip. Otherwise, it's just shrink wrapped. So all the decks are they're going to be grouped all together to make sure we hit that 100 card threshold for each cigarette stripping. But the divider cards will be in shrink wrap. The villains and the heroes will be in baggies. And you're also going to get six Ziploc baggies on top of that. So you're going to have baggies on baggies. You'll have enough for everything.
Guillermo says, I need to know if all the cards in the box fit sleeved or if we have separators for the heroes. Both. They will all fit the box sleeved, and there are separators. Yep. M. Center says, bon appetit. Thank you. And Kia says, there's no question of the cultural consultant question. I don't think I saw a question tagged. If I don't see a question tagged, I might miss it. I have talked to various cultural consultants on various things that I've done, but I've also done a lot of research, and I'm also like a little bit of everything. I'm not sure exactly what the original question was, but I'm going to open this tin now.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This smells amazing. Look at this. Look at this barbecue.
So these are bacon cheeseburger onion rings,
Ridiculous.
and these are pork belly popsicles.
Do I need a fork, or do I just
dig in? You can dip the rings in that. It's like I said, it's like a sweet heat sauce kind of thing.
Can I dip the popsicles in that? Or is that illegal?
Yeah, I haven't tried that.
Oh man,
But I can't imagine it's terrible.
Right,
So,
right. I'm glad I'm wearing my white clothes for
yeah,
this.
well, let's go for it. Dig in.
Oh my god,
It's terrible.
it's so bad. You shouldn't eat any of this. Something weird happened.
That's fair.
Oh my god, this is really healthy.
Yeah, it's the best.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of vegetables.
There's very little carbs. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's just in the sauce, so which is just a glaze. So.
Holy shit. Holy heck.
I'm glad you like it. It's tolerable.
Runaway says, "Where's my barbecue?" Wherever you get it from.
It's in the box behind me. We thought about sending barbecue in this box, but it damaged the cards in our testing.
Matthew says, if you were inviting one hero to your barbecue card reveal, who would you invite? What hero do we invite to eat barbecue with us?
Oh, that's easy. That's so easy.
Go ahead.
That's so easy.
What do you think?
It's absolute zero. That way, if
No!
I run out of pellets, I still have fire. and I'm
You are
good
the
to go.
meanest. You invite the one person who can't eat your barbecue.
More for everybody else.
Wow!
You don't bring Tachyon because she's going to eat it before anyone else
She's gonna
has a
eat it
chance
all.
to.
That's true. That's a fair point.
Legacy with dad over your shoulder. Oh, yeah, isn't it ready to be turned over? And like, no, close the smoker lid. What are you doing? Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough. Boy, I'm terrible at these sorts of questions. I'll invite Benchmark. Okay. Wait, Morris Lennon says you did see the question, you read it aloud, you just didn't answer it. You started reading it, but you actually skipped over and you realized you were too close to the end of the question. What are you talking about? What did I miss? What question did I start reading and I didn't answer?
So just ask it again. Just
Okay,
tag it.
Alex Paul said, did you hire and/or question a cultural consultant when re-envisioning characters such as Haka for Definitive Edition? So I did talk to a cultural consultant about Haka, and I have talked to many other people. So I feel like I did answer this. Yes, I answered to some things. Yeah. No, yes. Great. Man, I'm not sure what happened.
Sorry, no offense.
Yeah. You read it all, you didn't answer it. Man. Okay. Great. Yeah, sorry about the mix-up there. I don't recall reading a question and answering it. That's on my. Yeah. I'm not trying to dodge questions here. This is a terrible live stream for me to attempt to dodge questions in. But yeah. All right. I'm gonna finish this popsicle and then I'm gonna stop eating these. But I'll have to eat one of those. So. But anyway, yeah. So other questions, if any.
Looking here. Did you? Okay, we asked someone. Did you? Okay, everyone's
Good.
repeating his question.
All right.
And his thing. Pork belly popsicles. Yeah, it's pork belly that I cut into strips and stick it on a skewer, and then smoke it for 6 hours, and then put it in a pan with Cabernet Sauvignon for 2 hours, and then take that out, and then color it with Polynesian sauce, and put it back in the grill on high heat to get it caramelized outside. Then I hit it with black sesame seeds because I was out of regular sesame seeds, and just a little bit more Polynesian sauce while it sat in the hot box. So that way it's sitting in a box at 200 degrees. It's not getting dried out. It's staying moist. You lose a little bit of the crispy exterior, but you don't really miss it. It's still delicious. It's bacon on a stick.
Just out of the frame, right here.
Is
Come here.
your cat going full apex predator right now, smelling this?
All right, questions. Shadruga says, how often do you have barbecues?
This would be the first one.
Oh, sorry. I figured the question was for you.
For us? Oh, for me? Anytime I have a chance, anytime it's not raining. Rain and smokers don't really make a great combo. And I just moved out here to St. Louis, so I have a whole big competition set up. Because I used to do competitions back in Delaware. And so half of that stuff's in storage. One of my smokers is still back in Delaware, staying at my best friend's house. And I brought the smaller of the two out here because it was just enough for basically what my family, or if I was going to cook for the office, which I've done a couple times, like it's enough for that. And I'm only staying in a townhome right now temporarily till we find a house. So there's not a lot of storage for two smokers. So but barbecue as much as I want. And when I try to the best, my wife loves my barbecue. My daughter loves my ribs. Every time I pull out the smoker, she's like, "You making ribs?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Oh," and she's 5. It's the most adorable thing. And then my son doesn't care much about the barbecue. He likes my hamburgers, which he says I have perfected since moving out here. So now I'm making burgers. I got to get a griddle.
Clockwork Cthulhu says, what is a question you can answer yes to?
What is a question you can answer yes to?
What is a question you can answer yes to?
Will you own this game?
Yeah. I'm back to Kickstarter. Ask me if I like this barbecue.
Do you like this barbecue?
It's pretty good. Yes, I do like this barbecue, Darrell. It's fantastic.
I figured when the chat went PG that it was...
Guillermo says, I have 2 quick Kickstarters in November of 2021. To the 2 games from the Sentinels, can I have only 1 package to Spain, Europe? We don't have a system internally to combine shipping like that. We've tried it before, but it's not a thing given the number of pledges we have. So it's a thing we're always working on with our warehouses, finding new ways of combining and reducing shipping costs. Because whatever cost we're charging people for shipping, we're paying more than that. Like, we always undercharge for shipping. And so we always look for ways we can combine costs. And whenever we find them, we will definitely announce them. We would love to make international shipping better than it is, as terrible as it is for everybody. Remember, we are shipping out thousands of packages around the world. And so, like, we are definitely negatively impacted by it, and we dislike it strongly. And we're always looking for new ways, but they've got to be ways that are above the board, that are legal, that follow the rules, that do the right things. Because we're not about to do a sketchy, weird loophole thing, which would then mean that if we get caught, it ruins our company. We're not willing to risk that. So,
or you don't end up getting your product.
That also happens, right? Yeah. Boy, Dolearn says, what characters would have particular diets, kosher, vegan, etc.? That's a whole. We have a podcast called The Letters Page, in which we answer questions like that, or try to. That's a long one. All right. I have to ask: is Fabulous Hair actually part of the Parson family power set, or that none of them talk about? Because I can't imagine a legacy without perfect hair. The legacies have pretty good hair. They do. Yeah. It's not part of the power set though. It's just part of the family culture.
It's a very good coif.
Mm-hmm. So. Even on the side here, even on this in the Golden Age arch on the other side.
So keep going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am gonna be uncouth. Darrell, can I ask you to get in that drawer right in front of you and hand me a fork? I want to not be too messy here.
If you don't eat it like a donut, you're doing it wrong.
Question: can these recipes? I eat donuts with forks.
What's that?
I eat a donut with a fork.
Oh, that's wrong on so many levels.
Yeah, well, but like if they don't eat, I am going to eat it like a donut.
Okay.
Or chopsticks. If it's a lightweight, like a French cruller, chopsticks are great for eating things. Mr. JJ77 says, can these recipes be posted somewhere, specifically the bacon cheeseburger onion rings?
Yeah, no problem. You know
what
what?
we'll do is when we do a who's who article for you on the website,
It'll just be a picture of that.
well, I'm saying it could be part of it. You get into the.
No,
Oh, you're and
I'll do a video how to build things.
Sure, and then also like you've been tweeting since last night.
Yeah, last night I tweeted. It was very oversimplifications, but I was tweeting picture updates of the entire process. I focused more on the pork belly popsicles, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Ta-da! Hey, bud. I did save. Hey, scoot. Not for you, but hey, I did save this guy for you.
I've never seen a cat eat
so gingerly.
That's amazing. My life's complete.
Here, show off your camera. Show your cute tubes. Here.
She's
Yeah, I can get her to stand real tall on you, but she knows what food she likes, but she's not a pest about it. Like she's not like immediately stuffing her face in here. Mm-hmm. Oh, so happy. Oh, so happy. All right.
just staring at my eat. Big cheeseburger onion ring.
Also very good.
So, that one is the fastest to cook. That one just gets flat out grilled, but it is the most laborious. 10 pounds of onions to cut up. Because you got to find the right size rings. The rings can't break. And then you need to go like every fourth ring. So you have an outer ring and then an inner ring. And then you fill between the two rings with my ground beef mixture. And then we get thick cut American cheese, which we have donut hole cutters. So we cut that. Then we freeze the cheese because otherwise it'll melt and completely disappear in the cooking process. So you freeze the cheese, put that on top, wrap the whole thing in 2 strips of bacon.
So again, very healthy.
Yeah, incredibly.
Yeah. I mean, onions are vegetables.
Yes.
Right.
It's actually, yeah, it's all the food groups. So if you dip it in that's got cranberry in it. So fruit,
but it doesn't have the fruit, the nutrients tree, the pyramid that we grew up with. The bread, the giant bread across the bottom.
Ugh.
There's no bread.
Well, the sauce is liquid.
Okay,
carbs.
It's liquid bread.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Shinsurugi asks, Darrell, how confident are you in your barbecue fighting skills?
Barbecue fighting
skills? Barbecue fighting skills.
I'm pretty confident.
Okay.
Best ribs in the state of Delaware 2 years going.
Dorlan says, you pronounced my name right. I try. I know I fail a lot, but I certainly try. Clockwork Cthulhu says, are you cat going apex like the werewolf? Or like is your cat going apex like the werewolf or apex like the alternate version of Bugbear? You are... Sorry, the cat's right here now. Mm-hmm. You are more... You're more like Apex the Wolf King.
You seem offended.
Just How dare you? I'm not a dog.
The actual reaction was...
Right. Demon Cat says, question about the first appearance variants, so feel free to pass on this. Will they be for the character's first in-comic appearance or their first appearance as a hero? This is a good question. It's a first appearance as a hero under that name, which is notable for...
Unity, right?
So actually, not as much Unity. It's notable for Tachyon because Tachyon's first appearance card is from her first appearance as Tachyon, but Dr. Meredith Stinson had been in comics for a long time before that, before she got powers. It's also notable for a character from the upcoming expansion because they are first introduced as the character named, but their first appearance card is about their as a first appearance as.
Yeah.
So right. Yeah. Right. Great. Right. All right. Okay. This has been good. Yeah. Our viewership dropped off steeply when I started eating, so that also
because like lunchtime.
They're like, oh man, I don't want to watch this guy
over.
eat, which is fair. But I did say barbecue, and I'm not going to not eat this food.
Can we get an entire blue deck?
Blugo.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. All right. So it seems like we're wrapping up.
Yeah.
I think it might be just that we're wrapping up because people were being polite and letting me eat some food, which I appreciate. But if there is if there's any more questions, let me know.
Yeah, last call.
Groom deck win. Groom deck will be happening at the same time as the Blue Go deck. Yeah. All right.
Someone's typing frantically quick, hoping,
Right.
Wait, before you sign off,
Well,
hold on.
yeah, that's
4
fair.
paragraphs in.
I still have a third of an onion ring here, so I'm gonna eat that.
This isn't a question. I'm just distracted from I'm distracting you from barbecue.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
See, there you go. You can
so-
read the questions while I eat.
Did you bring enough food for everyone? Because you're making me hungry, and all we have is cold cuts. There's nothing wrong with cold cuts. I'm sorry. I feel like every single person on the planet is just looking for a good sandwich. And a base of a good sandwich is always a cold cut. So
There's some good sandwiches.
don't knock your cold cuts. Don't offend them.
Like I like a po' boy, and that's not a cold cut based sandwich.
No, it's just But everyone wants a good sandwich.
Sandwich is great. Sandwich is great. It's funny to me that sandwiches, which are originally devised as a food thing, so that you could like have all your food in one hand and eat it in one hand while doing something else, now have become like you see ridiculous sandwiches like 17 layers, and you're like, oh gosh,
Oh, yeah.
and it's like the convenience is like
Yep. It's the cool. Look what I got. What? Yeah. Have you decided that some of the ancients?
Oh, we got up here.
Oh wow.
Mimatone says, have you decided? I wanted to ask if thematically, first appearance variants try to show off more of the deck. A little bit. Like they just try to take a different approach to doing the same thing, and also try to tell a little bit of the story. Like, oh, when this character first showed up, this is more what they were focused on. So,
Just it's a different way to help pilot the deck.
Sam Reddicky says, more unity. Sure, more unity. Ronaldo says, have you decided that some of the ancients, heroes, villains, new environments will not reappear in this new edition? No, everybody's going to be here. Mark says, can I just say, thank you for making an amazing gaming universe. Thank you, Mark. It's my life's work. It's my dream. It's working out. I'm thrilled. I think it's great. Joe says, if no one else is asking questions, I'm always down to see more of Buffboy Argent Adept. Okay. So I've got a quest. Darrell, keep preaching. Nothing wrong with a good sandwich. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, this is the Eli mental.
Fun fact: if you're sitting around at home bored today, make yourself a grilled cheese and then put it in a frying pan and treat it like it's a grilled cheese. You'll thank me.
I say when I make myself a grilled cheese, I do it in the frying pan.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, you said a grilled cheese.
And then make yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh.
And then treat it in a frying pan.
And then fry it.
Like it's a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a lovely cast iron skillet and also a big old cast iron wok that I do most of my cooking in.
That's my childhood right there.
I love it. And I'll take a cast iron skillet and get it up to like max temperature, and then it just like, all right, here we go. Throw a piece of bread in, put a piece of cheese on it, put another piece of cheese on it, put a piece of bread on it, flip it.
Butter first.
Yeah, sometimes.
No, always.
Mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise in anything else, but mayonnaise on the outside does a lot of the same things as butter, but it also like holds it a bit better. So yeah.
But do butter if you're doing the peanut butter and jelly.
Sure.
Do
Yeah, don't do mayonnaise. Yeah. Do you want to pull out a Unity card of your choice and a Argent Adept card of your choice and show them off to people?
Sure.
No wrong answers.
Sure. No wrong answers. They've already seen the hero cards, so no reason to show those. Which would be cool. Unity.
So, did you want any more of this?
Oh. Alright.
A classic.
Peabot.
Looks more like a hornet.
Oh, I also like scrap metal too. There needs to be more superheroes in pop culture chewing bubblegum. So it's Unity and Argent Adept.
This is my last bite of onion ring. Forever, not forever.
Yeah, no. Oh, here's a 2-for-1. I'll give you Argent Adept and Captain Cosmic.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Let the online shipping begin.
Oh.
It has begun ages ago. It's too late for that. We do it two.
Yeah, you know.
Can't be stopped.
Well, he doesn't have a shirt on, so I had to do that one.
All right. Okay. Great. Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
Ryan Smith says, "Why no barbecue vest?" I managed to not get me a barbecue vest. I don't know what a specific barbecue vest is.
It's got like plastic on it, like furniture in an old person's home.
I just don't spill food because spilling food means you don't want to eat the food. Any food you drop is not. So like, just don't spill food.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Words to live by.
Right. All right. Comanche Cheer says, "Hey guys, did you ever consider making Montreal a herping nemesis?" No. She's attacking on nemesis for biomancer reasons. Joe says, "My second favorite card." Excellent. All right. Okay. Yes, Kia, that is true. But there are other advantages, other cool workarounds there. And William said, what kind of changes were made to Absolute Zero? Mostly just speeding him up. Like I like a lot of the stuff that he does is similar. There's a lot. Most of the tracking, all the tracking has been reduced to within his turn instead of outside of his turn. But a lot of things about like the cards that he needs, when he gets them, he's able to use them more quickly and move forward more immediately. What's happening?
That's pretzel salad.
Pretzel salad! You did say pretzel salad at the beginning.
Salad.
And I have no idea what pretzel salad is. So the stream continues. What is this? This salad? I'm glad we have a healthy salad here.
I guess it's more of a parfait. That's on its side. This is right.
Here, I'll
so
write it.
It's caramelized with butter and sugar pretzels crushed up on the bottom.
There we go.
Topped with a sweet cream cheese, and then topped with strawberries and strawberry jello.
So strawberries and strawberry jello here on top, sweet cream cheese, and then this is the pretzel part.
It's pretzels. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a salty sweet kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Also healthy.
Oh, very. It's a salad. Hello.
Right. Yeah, that's great. All right. Well, I know what I'm doing for the foreseeable future.
Napping.
All right, I'm going to answer a few last questions. We'll knock it out here. Alex Paul says, just how far along are you into the next expansion? How long does it take to create an expansion for Definitive Edition?
Oh, we don't know how long. Already at the printer. No, I'm kidding.
We don't know how long it takes to create an expansion for Definitive Edition because we've never made an expansion for Definitive Edition, but we're doing it right now, and we're already into playtesting a bunch of the heroes. So, yeah, it's going well. And
I can promise you the graphic design and layout will go much faster.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And also we'll have, not only will it go faster in terms of doing it, but it also in terms of like, we don't need to have any meetings about does a card look like this or like that.
Correct.
So like, yeah, that's great.
Yep.
They say, Darrell, what's your favorite environment card?
I'm a little biased. There's a little bit of a story behind it. My favorite environment card is in Freedom Tower.
It's a good story.
And it is because I'm laying out the cards, dropping in the artwork and everything, and been doing this for months. And Christopher was like, "Oh, we need to change the flavor text of this because to match the art." And I was like, "What's wrong with the art?" And I loved the flavor text, and so he told me, and I was like, "I'll fix it." So I fixed it. I fixed Adam's art, and then Christopher's like, "You need to run that by Adam." So then I ran it by Adam, and Adam approved it. So it's the only art that I've contributed to in the entire game, and that is for Medical Ward. It's right here, because, and my contribution is, the bot wasn't pink. And the bot needed to be pink because Unity made it.
Right.
And that's what the flavor text implies, and I was like, well, I can make it pink. So that's my favorite art. That's my favorite environment art.
There you go.
And why?
Well, I feel healthy.
Constantly.
My secret stuff.
Every single time
My
I
secret
touch this
stuff.
book.
That's okay. It's my fault for putting secret stuff in a book. All right. Every copy of the game will come with secret stuff. That's not true. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed this half as much as I did. I enjoyed it a bunch. This is the best live stream I've ever done. But we will, tomorrow I'm going to do a live stream, and that live stream will involve not eating any barbecue, nor will it be in my kitchen like the last live stream was in this one. Hey, do you want some strawberry jello? No.
Cat.
You never know.
Eats like a dog. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna get that?
Oh yeah, some cream cheese.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're missing this. Hey, up here for the camera. Eat the cream cheese. It's right here. It's right there. No?
I've never seen a
You're
cat
good?
eat like this.
She's real good. She's my adventure buddy. She's my
I
adventure
think
buddy.
you have a dog and a cat in cat clothing.
Maybe. So next time, tomorrow afternoon we'll do a live stream, and that live stream will just be a video call, be a video call of a bunch of people grading the games as we're all watching the Kickstarter end, and we'd love if you could join us for that. And we will see you then. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Bye.